call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. Let's go. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Good evening, podium chasers. I hope you are all well. Welcome back, or welcome to the first time ever to my channel. And obviously, Jamie's, well, didn't twist my arm, but he said, you know, Coops, why don't you come and do some comms on this, because there's going to be an epic 6-week championship. And, well, you know what? How could I say no to Mr. Red Ken? He's so persuasive. So welcome everybody. I am Comms by Coops. I shall be your commentator for this evening. Please let me know in terms of the sound. This hasn't been done for a long time, so in terms of sound and stuff, please let me know in the chat, and I can make adjustments as I need to. So what have we got this evening? We have got the Red Ken Touring Car Championship. This is round 1. And for those of you who know your motorsport and your racetracks, you'll know that this is the, well, fantastic Donington Park. This is the national circuit for this evening. So again, with it being touring cars, I'm sure that's going to bring with it a lot of very, very close racing. And, well, we'll see, won't we? Obviously, just to make sure that this, you know, this runs nice and smoothly, I think we decided... I think it was on Saturday we had a chat. Saturday evening, me and Jamie had a chat. Thought let's put something together. So this is a rough one this week. Yeah, this is a bit of a tester. We get to know the drivers, and you know, any rivalries that are gonna, you know, slowly emerge over the next 6 weeks, and we'll be able to take it from there. There is going to be lots of upgrades. So I sound like probably, you know, Le Mans Ultimate or iRacing at the moment, but there will be upgrades coming as we go throughout the weeks, which will be fantastic. You guys are going to be very happy with that. Okay, so I shall do my best this evening. We do have, I think there's 35 in the championship. I know maybe 1 or 2 can't be with us this evening due to personal situations, illness, and, you know, within themselves, within the family. So anyone who's not with us this evening, obviously get better soon. We'll see you all next week. And if you're watching, you know, let me know in the live chat who you're supporting, who you're rooting for this evening, and we'll obviously get cracking with it. Now, one feature that we will be doing is Driver of the Week. Each week we will focus on a specific driver before we get going, which is quite nice because everyone gets to know each other. I know a lot of you know each other from being within the community anyway, which is awesome, but I think it's nice for everyone else to be able to hear and understand what makes everybody tick, why we're doing sim racing and all those great things within the community. We won't bother talking to Jamie about that because we know he's just in it for the money. Oh yeah, so don't forget to do your membership. What's this just popped up on here? 1 second. We'll run through shortly who we've got in this evening. We'll also run through the format. What we'll also start doing going forward is a full lap guide as well. I'd like to do that. Jump on board with one of the drivers that's going particularly quickly and go from there. So anybody watching, thanks very much. Obviously, don't take your eyes off the track. Say hi in the live chat so I know who's about. Any questions, obviously just throw them my way. So, touring cars, what cars do we have available? Well, we've got the Honda, the Audi, we've got the Hyundai, and we've got the Civic, I believe. So we've got those chaps all going to be battling each other. It's good to see some different manufacturers. I'm sure there'll be more in time, but it should certainly give us some close racing, and we do have lots and lots of very nice liveries for us to get used to this evening as well. Who's that? Who's 91? Mr. Matt Weeks is taking a little bit of a scenic route there. And watch out, there's a student driver behind you. Who is that? As a brilliant livery. That is an absolutely brilliant livery. I just need to see if anybody's put anything in there yet. 1 second, everybody. I need to check something. As I said, this has been a little while. So, Pickle86. Evening, buddy. rooting for Mr. Broadwith. Nice one, Pickle. Well, we'll certainly keep our eye on him. So one thing that I will obviously let you all know, I've muted all the live chat. So these are like when they're arguing with each other out there. But I'm not going to be able to hear that because it will distract me. We'll have a chat after the race. Format, as we all know, or as you should know if you've listened to the driver's briefing and watched Ken's video on there, we're going to have a normal 10-minute qualifying session very shortly. That will start in a few minutes' time. And following that, we'll move into our 30-minute feature race. So I believe there's a pit stop involved in that. So there is some strategy, which will be interesting to see who abuses those tyres, who takes too much curb, and who's, just taking it easy and trying to preserve that to maybe eke out an extra lap or two. Once that race is finished, we'll then have a short break, and then we'll go into a short 15-minute sprint, which will be a reverse grid, I believe. So I know that won't be the same every week. Some weeks it'll be 30-minute feature and a random grid, but it's good. It mixes it up, keeps everybody on their toes, which is exactly what we want. Disclaimer alert from the commentator. Again, never done it on iRacing before, so I'm getting used to buttons. Okay, Pickle, if you're still in the chat, can you let me know what the sound is like, please? If I need to adjust anything. I did play about with that earlier on, but let me know. Kino, good evening, sir. How are you? Can you let me know if the sound's okay, mate, or if I need to make any changes? I'd be very appreciative of that. And yeah, that's what we've got to do. So let's try. Do you know what? Let's pick ourselves a little driver, shall we? Who should we have a look at? So Dan's in the pits. Let's actually run through. I'm not fussed about the laps in practice. This has been a quite a long practice session, but it's good. It gives everybody a chance to get involved. Make sure that they're actually getting on it, which is great. So we've got Maritz. I can't even see the whole name. So Maritz is with us, Matt Weeks, we've got Fleming Jensen, Pete Clark, Bowling Ball, again, these aren't obviously people's real names, Tom Griggs, Joe Thomas with us this evening, Bobby Moss is in, Damien Cross, I know that name, I believe he's got a little YouTube channel himself, so check him out. BB Racing's in, Davey Smith, who very kindly yesterday put on a practice server last night, which we all jumped in on, and even me, they were shocked, trust me. They were all messaging me afterwards saying, Coops, how? No car sounds. Okay, fine. I'll have to change that then, Mr. Kino. I'll change that in a second. Yeah, so they were so shocked last night at my pace. They said, we're actually really glad as a ridiculously orange vehicle pulls up in the pit lane. We're really glad you're not actually out there racing. That's fair enough. So Lewis Bundle, he's in the pits there in the number 12. I do believe he may have some form of LeBroca livery on there as well. Kevin Garrard is in. What a chap. I had a chat with him yesterday. Really, really nice guy. I said I wouldn't attack him too much this evening, so I won't. But it doesn't mean I won't do it next week. So Kevin's in with us as well. Who have we got else up here? So Matt Jones, Evan Mackey's with us. Bruno Correa. Apologies, Bruno, if I've just butchered your surname. I will get it right. Red Racing, I'm assuming that might be Jamie. LeBroca's in as well, Ben. So I'm going to be very intrigued to see what his pace is like this evening. Again, I think he's got a YouTube channel. And actually, thanks very much, Ben, because I watched your sort of 7.5-minute video on how to create a quick and easy a quick and easy livery on YouTube for iRacing, so I actually did that yesterday. We'll check out my awesome livery shortly. Simstig is in, Daniel Whitfield's in, Nick Kent, Daniel Pye, Jim C, and he needs no introduction to the people of this community. Richard Broadwith, Lupo's in. I didn't think he'd going to make it, but he does. And where did I get to? It's all gone away. Again, it'll be much smoother next week, because we'll have some new software installed, which I'm trialing, but I just didn't have time to get all of that done within the very short window that we had from Saturday evening to today, whilst managing work and children and all those bits. So don't be too harsh on me. Let me change some sound then for when we get into the qualifying session. Now, is it going to allow me to watch anyone qualify? Again, never used this before. So probably not. Well, you could guys can watch me change this around. Let's turn the engines up a wee bit. And we'll turn that up as well. So, here we are. Look at this amazing qualifying session. Again, we didn't even know if I log into this in a different view or with the car in the pits or anything like that. So, that's what we do. Whilst that is taking place, that's going to be 10 minutes. We don't want to look at that for 10 minutes, do we? Not really. But I can't come out of that, so we will have to have a chat. So at this point, we're going to play a game called Guess the Corner. And as you can see, iRacing. Hey Simstig, how you doing? And Georgie Priest, blimey. Blast from the past there. Georgie Priest used to, well, he was our first American victim, I think, when back in the old days at FRL. And Georgie Priest used to literally sit on his lunch break at work in the town hall watching the streams, obviously time difference to here, whilst we were doing that. So, and he's now running a very successful league out there, I do believe, which is good. How we all liking the track? Yeah, it's good. It's good. So they're all doing their qualifying at the moment. Again, next week, it will be totally different. It will be a full broadcast software next week. I've got a lot of hours planned setting that up. But this week we're going to fudge our way through with some race labs and generally me playing about with these buttons and seeing what they do really, and all the camera angles. So there we go. Interested to know who is supporting who in the live chat. I take it Simstig is supporting Simstig. Yeah, obviously. Of course he is. But yeah, there we go. How long we got left on this? It's only been 2 minutes. Come on, guys, get on the grid. Let's do this. In fact, whilst we're looking at that, I do have some interesting information to give you guys. In case, because I mean, I know not everybody in the server is British, but I'm sure quite a few of us are. And one thing that we do love here in the grand old United Kingdom is the weather. So, I mean, it looks pretty sunny out there, but the official details for the server, it's 66 degrees. Mostly cloudy, yeah, mostly cloudy, although I can see a lot of blue sky there. Chance of rain 0, unfortunately, because obviously it's not on here yet. And it's a little bit windy, so yeah, no biggie on that one. No biggie. So there you go, all you weathermen. So Audi RS3 LMS, which we've got quite a few in that one, I believe. The Honda Civic Type R, the Hyundai Velesta N, that obviously makes a massive difference, and then the Hyundai Elantra N, which again, the N is like NOS, potentially. Makes them go quicker. Boffins, don't shoot me. I'm just messing about. Again, race format, 30 minutes, remember, is race 1, and then we're going to have a 15-minute reverse grid for race 2. So that gives us something very, very good to look forward to. I believe we're halfway through. So, you chaps and ladies that haven't had the pleasure of watching one of my streams before will know that this well, it wouldn't happen like this normally, but such is technology. Let's forward that on a bit. 6 with us at the moment. Thank you very much. After the race, okay, I will be jumping into the live chat on the Discord, where obviously you'll all get to know over the next few weeks. You know, podium chasing is most definitely a hobby of mine, whether it's watching you guys chasing podiums or me doing it myself. I do have a YouTube channel, but no one watches it because I haven't done anything really, so probably best not to look at that. We will do an interview with the top 3 at the end of the session. Okay, which would be really good. It'll be interesting to get the driver's view. You know, whether they think it was whether they think it was a nice race, whether everyone had their driver etiquette, or whether they've got any complaints. And then what we shall do also with the top 3 from the reverse grid, we will interview those 3 individuals before the show next week. So obviously the idea is to make sure that all you guys and girls are invested, and obviously you get involved in the sessions at the right time, and it should run nice and smoothly from week to week. And then, you know, everyone's hopefully, well, not everybody, because there's 35 of you, everybody would get their 10 minutes of fame. That's what we're hoping for. So, I don't think we've got too long to wait. Please, Lord. Oh, Nick's having a chat, but I've muted him. Shall I unmute it and listen to what the guys are saying? They're probably all taking the mickey out of me, aren't they? Yeah, look, they're all talking, yeah. Why don't I just say that? Shall I do that? Yeah, well, I'm not actually qualifying, so I don't need to be in there, do I? Let's see what happens. You never know, guys. I might end up on the track at this rate. I mean, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Quite possibly. Eagerly awaited this one. I've been involved, or I'd say involved. I've known Jamie for I'd say a couple of years, really, year and a half, 18 months, something like that. We did a 24-hour event together for FRL at Spa. Keno was involved in that one as well, I do believe, and that was pretty awesome. Did a bunch of comms and did the drive-in. That was one hell of an event. So I've always been in and around. I do jump into the streams all the time, and yeah, it's been a while, and we thought let's see what we could do. I just hope it doesn't stick me on the grid, because that would not be to plan. But then, hey, it's the first one. So I'm sure everyone's qualifying laps are going really well. We do need to get that software on, see if it allows us to access everybody's qualifying laps, which would be pretty good. Not long to go now. Okay. Any questions in the live chat? Anything you want to know? Any questions about drivers? Anything about the events? Feel free to let me know, and we can also run through afterwards. Again, this will be more handy next time, the exact calendar that we've got coming up over the next X amount of weeks. Has advanced to the next session. Good, glad you have. Oh, I think everybody's just confirming that. Right, right, we've got a pace car. Oh, that's good. Kevin's chatting away. I don't know how they do it, Oh, no, I don't want to go to the grid, though, do I? Because I'm not actually racing. Right, I'll just do that. Okay, good. We can have a look at... Okay, so Nick Kent is on pole. Lewis Rundle, he would be in P2 at the moment. Evan Mackey's in 3. Tom Griggs is 4th. Daniel Whitfield is in 5th, not on the grid yet. Bowling Ball's 6th. Pete Clark 7th. Jim C, not too bad, in 8th. Alex Whitmore's 9th. Moritz is 10th. Bobby Moss 11th. Damien Cross 12th, which if you look at his numbers, 21 is the other way around, so that could be a sign. Chris Boardman's in 13th. BB Racing is 15th. Davey Smith 16th. Joe Thomas 17th. Simstig 18th. Anton Stalker is then in 19th, with Fleming Jensen rounding out the top 20. Mr. LeBroca is in, wow, Mr. LeBroca's in 21st there. He must have just had a chilled one. Pavel Bogdan is then next on the grid. Then we've got Jamie, we've got Bruno, Dan Pye, Matt Jones, Matt Weeks. So those guys probably didn't put a qualifying lap in because they were rapid the other day. John Nellis then in the 99 car. I'm 101, but obviously I'm not going to be in this race. Rich is down there at the back with Ilpo, and Kevin brings up the grid. Bobby Moss says, I'm here for the SR. We'll soon see about that, my friend. We shall soon see about that. Okay, so is that going to give me... That does give me that information, which is good. I like that. So I'm just waiting to see when this gets started. But that won't let me change car from there. So again, this is all going to be... Has that even given me the right information? No, it hasn't, has it? Well, again, that didn't work right. So anyway, here we go. Round 1. The Red Ken Touring Car Championship is underway. I didn't even know if they were doing a standing start there or what. But anyway, as they come bowling down the start-finish straight into turn 1, we've got a challenge there. No. So he's kept his position. So number 7, Tom Griggs, keeps the lead. And number 15 is Moritz, is just behind him. So as they now come down through the Craner curbs towards the old hairpin for the first time, again, I'm going to have to play about with these cameras and stuff, but I'm just going to stay on this for now. until everything starts to update. Right, let me just check. I'm just trying to make sure I've got all the right information. Has it updated yet with any timings? No, it hasn't. Oh no, it has a little bit. Okay, we'll see. This is all a test today, guys, so we'll see what information it comes up with. Hasn't updated in terms of the actual positions yet, I don't believe. So number 7, Tom Griggs, is still your race leader at the moment. And Kevin's in the pits. Kevin, why are you in the pits? Oh dear. Oh dear, Kevin looks like he's bashed his car up a little bit. Well, we'll obviously go and have a look at that a bit later on. Fleming Jensen, I mean, you're not going to miss him, that's for sure. And even his helmet is the same colour, and we've got the orange wheels as well, so that's absolutely fantastic. And I think we've now got some movement in terms of who's doing what out there. So Tom Griggs did a 1:19.603 on his last lap. Morris a 1:20.5. Bobby Moss is in 3rd place currently. Matt Weeks, so another gap there behind him of another couple of tenths. Damien's up to 6th, which is excellent. Pete Clark 7th, and Bruno is up into 8th. Red Ken, what? Mr. Red Ken himself. Pete Clark there. Let's have a look at his Audi in 7th place. A licensed driver, as you can see. Can I take that off? And it won't let me move car though, will it? Will it? Let's just see what it does. No, so that's Fleming. Okay. So that's gone that way. And then, okay, so they're going that way. Right. So, maybe we're getting the hang of this a little bit. I bet I'm going to have to do Shift and V. Okay, so Shift and V moves me that way. Right, we're going to get there, ladies and gents. So, Tom is still in the lead at the moment. He's just done... Ooh, that was a quick lap as well, wasn't it? So, he's in the 12s at the moment. I think yesterday, when we were doing the practice session, some people had the audacity to drop it into the 11s. And, yeah, well, I mean, you can imagine how that went down, can't you? So, Bruno's there in 8th place. Let's have a look at Mr. Red Ken. Look at him. I'm not going to give him too much airtime in his Honda with his GT Omega. Probably got some kind of code, Red Ken 1 or something like that, to get something off there. But anyway, so he's currently running in 9th position, which is not too bad. He did a 1:14.152. He's currently 8 seconds is the gap between himself and the leader there, Chris Boardman. Let's have a look at Chris. Let's use this to have a look at everyone's liveries. So, Chris Boardman is there in the number 22. As you can see, he's running in the Audi. He's currently a 1.5k A licensed driver. Obviously, safety and stuff doesn't really matter in these races, does it? No, of course not. Joe Tuttle, move. So, Red Ken got all out of shape there, and that's going to allow Joe Thomas, you can see in the 25, with the LeBroca livery on there, so he's doing pretty well. He's got that move done up the inside into Redgate, onto the brakes, nicely tucked in there. Is Jamie gonna fight back? He's trying to put up some pressure on him. Certainly gonna get in his mirrors. See if we can change the camera angle. Well, we can. Again, that will have to do at the moment, because I don't know what all the cameras are, and I don't want to cycle through 20 cameras as they go through old hairpin there. So your top 10 stays the same. Matt Jones, there we go. Evening Matt in his Hyundai with a 1:13.875. His quickest lap of the race so far. Oh, and you can see there, oh, it looks like Jamie might be putting a move on Joe Thomas. They've both got on the brakes a little bit out of shape there. But no. Oh, Jamie's going up the inside. That's going to allow Matt Jones. He looks like he wants to make a move. And we're going to have 4 abreast. Not 4 breasts. 4 abreast. Very good. And so Evan Mackey, he decides he's going to join the party. Look at this. 2x2 into the chicane. And oh, Jamie, oh, he's bouncing over those curbs, touring car style. Fantastic. Excellent work, guys. And it's not finished yet. We've still got these 4, but we've got an extra one in the mix as well. Who's that? Lewis. Is Lewis? Yeah, Lewis Rundle gets to there as well. So Jamie's ending up back at the front of this pack. And Lewis, he's got the inside at Redgate. He's going to be able to take that line if he just squeezes on that throttle. But it looks like Jamie wants to try and go around the outside, down the crane of curbs. This, yeah. Well, I was just about to say, this could all end in tears. But hey, Robin's racing, as they say. So let's move down the grid a bit. Right, missed that. Well, no, I missed that one. So Ben, there he is in the number 37. He's currently running in 16th place. Quickest lap so far is a 14.759 in his Honda at the moment. So Tom is still up front. Let's keep an eye on this because... Was that Daniel? What number? Okay, I need to check that. But we've got someone going a bit wide there, and that's going to allow Ben. So I think we've got a car with damage. Obviously, that was probably involved with the other chaps. Let's just keep an eye and see if Ben puts a move in down into. He does late on the brakes. He's got the inside line, places the car nicely, doesn't take too much curb, and eases on the throttle on the way out there. So Ben moves up a spot. Nick Kent. What's Nick up to? Nick's currently in 17th. Evans made a move. Dan Pye's moved up to 11th. And Joe Thomas 12th. As you can see there, Ben's just moved up. So we've got Lewis is in the pits. Jamie is also, I'm assuming, in the pits because he's dropped down the grid. And Matt Jones as well. So those boys are down to 21, 22 and 23. Rich Broadwidth, he's got himself up to 21st with that. With those guys going in the pits there. And we've got John. We're going to go through all those guys in a minute anyway. Quick jump in the live chat. 8 of you with me at the moment, which is fantastic. Please don't forget to say hi and also hit the like button if you would like to. Coming. Oh, good. The Run DJC boys are coming to support. Excellent. JR, how's the sound? Can you hear the cars? Because someone earlier said they couldn't. So it'd be good to let me know. So let's pick up the racing again. So we're on with Nick at the moment in 14th position. Wow. I mean, guys, this is really important because, right, Nick's in the last paying I-rating position if it was even relevant. So, I mean, he's the last of the great people. And everyone else, well, they're not. Jokes, guys, jokes. Right, BB Racing, number 15. At number 23 is currently 15th. He's in his Honda at the moment. His quickest times are 1:13.510. As the taxi, okay, BB Racing's got his taxi out. Excellent. I know the feeling. Being a dad, and the only one in the house that drives, I like the old taxi. Let's have a look at Bowling Ball. That's a nice Halfords livery there on that Honda as well. Those wheels are certainly pretty bright, and I love how everyone's got some form of advertising on for the Rktcc Touring Car Championship on their liveries, which is awesome to see. Bowling Ball currently in 16th place with a 1:12.937, and then behind we've got the let me change camera angle. Come on, let me get a different angle. I do like certain angles, but I don't know where they all are on here as yet. So we're on board with Jim C in 17th place. He's in the number 13 car. Dare I say it. Unlucky for some. With a 1:13.932 as he comes barreling in towards the hairpin. And we've got somebody off the track there. Probably did well to keep out of everybody's way. And it was a Honda. Was it Nick Kent? Maybe. Evans dropping down the grid. So Dan Pye's just made a move up into the top 10. Which is good to see. Well, that's quite a nice camera angle, isn't it? And Pavel has just moved up as well. So Daniel's having a bit of an issue. He's just dropped 2 places down to 20th at the moment. But we shall keep. Okay, that's not a bad little camera angle. That's quite good, isn't it? Down crane of curbs into the old hairpin. Let's get on them brakes. Down a couple of gears, swing it in. Let the car grip up. I have to say, though, yesterday, I mean, I was so fast. I was understeering everywhere. It was just amazing. Who else got on there? Evening all, JR and Doug's in. Hello, Doug. How are you? Good to have you with us, Doug. This is the Rktcc Touring Car Championship Round 1 at Donington National. This is the 30-minute feature race. And after this one, we will do a 15-minute sprint, which will also be reverse grid. That would probably help if I had a timer on there, wouldn't it? And let me just check something, ladies and gents. So, we've had 12 minutes of this race so far. Let's move on to another car as Jim is furiously battling. If you're not aware who Jim is like kind of Jamie's dad, but not. I think he's been here since day one. Watch out for the taxi coming out the pit lane. Taxi, student driver. Who is that? Is that Bowling Ball? We'll have a look in a minute. But yeah, Jim is Jim's a bit of a legend. I mean, all the community are, but I know Jim's been around for a long time. That's quite far away. Don't like that one. So have a look at Pavel. Let's get a decent camera angle. Let's do that one. Okay, so Pavel's running in 18th place with a 1:13.1. Again, I mean, in terms of times, guys, these are really quick. I know I was joking about me being blisteringly fast, but they're all in the 13s. Did I even get in the 13s? I think I might have been in the 14s yesterday. So, you know, it's good. It's good competitive racing. Jamie is now... Where is he? Why has that done that? So that's gone to John. Okay, where's Jamie? I don't know. So there's John in his student car. Take it easy, John. No rush. That's it. No rush. Just chill. Although John's doing a 1:15, so that's not too bad at all. We'll keep an eye on John's times. And I'd be interested to know if he actually is a student driver. And who's in there? Mrs. Peaches. Beer o'clock. No, yeah, of course it's beer o'clock, JR. Of course it is, mate. Hello, Mrs. Peaches. How are you? All new names, which is great. I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody that gets involved with the community, the drivers, their supporters in the stream over the next few weeks. I think it's really good to do that and keeps you all interested, which is the most important thing. Right, no more student drivers, please. So Ilpo, there's Ilpo currently in 27th place. He's done a 1:13.3, which is good. Tom's still leading the Ilpo. I was going to say got a bit out of shape there, but he didn't. I think the speed differential between him and John was just a little bit too great there, so he had to get out of the way pretty quickly. Ilpo gets that move done, and it looks like Daniel, is that Daniel? It is indeed. Daniel Whitfield in his Honda has also got that move done as well, with a Hellman's livery. Creamy. I don't know. Excellent. I don't know. Anyway. Kevin. Where's Kevin? Come on, Kev. Or is he still in the pits? I believe he is still in the pits, which is unfortunate for him. And the pace car. Not sure how fast he's going right now, but we'll crack on with it. So we are back on board with the number 9, and sorry, the 9. There he is. There's Kevin. So Kev's done a 1:14.5, which is not too shabby at all, and he's right with Red Ken at the moment as they go through down Craner's curves up towards the old hairpin, and they're doing pretty well. Right, what are we? We are halfway through this race. But what I'm going to do is, oh, Rich is having a little chat. In 19th. I hope he's not swearing at anyone. No, I'm sure he's not. Right, there's Jamie. We need to let's move up. Let's get up the grid, shall we? And see some action at the front. So, there's Alex, Mr. Tom Griggs. Or as I may call him after this race, El Rapido, because I mean he's certainly setting the pace at the moment. He's pulled a 7-second gap now back to Matt Weeks, and trust me, Matt is no slouch from me, you know, being in the grid with him the other day. So Tom's got some absolutely awesome pace there in his Honda. Matt in the Audi, and then Moritz. Let's see how they're getting on. Why is it doing that? There we go. There's Matt. Matt's trying to close that gap down. And there's Moritz there in 3rd place in the number 15. He's also got a LeBroca type livery on there as well. Live chat, have you got... we dropped your stream in the Discord. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate that. And Lieutenant Frank Drebin. I tell you what, my hero. When I was a kid, growing up, some of the funniest movies ever. So, seriously, absolutely awesome. And it may be an acquired taste, but it's right up my street. So great to see you in the chat, and thank you for dropping by. What we got? 16 in. Blimey, I'm getting nervous, guys. As we're currently watching Moritz now, Fleming. We won't forget Fleming in a hurry. I don't think I'm going to need to do any work to remember that livery. So Fleming's running in 4th place, as you can see. In terms of lap times, their last lap Moritz did a 112.2 and Fleming was a 112 dead. So these two is going to be an interesting race. You can also see, I just saw behind them a moment ago, it looks like Bobby Moss and Pete Clark are getting pretty close together as well. So the thing is, as a driver in this situation, obviously you want to get that position, you want to start putting the pressure on, getting in their mirrors, you know, making them think, are they got to force them into a mistake? But the two chaps behind, Bobby and Pete, I think those two have got to, which I'm sure they are because they're experienced racers, you've got to try and work together and hope that Moritz and Fleming, you know, start taking their eye off the ball a little bit, maybe slight defensive lines, a little bit more cautious with how they're driving, and allow those two to actually get on board and form a bit more of a pack. And then, as we saw earlier on, when we had 4 or 5 in a pack, anything can happen. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how that moves. But let's move back a little bit. There's Bobby in his Honda, and Pete Clark. Chris Boardman there in 7th place. I was going to say all on his own, but he's not, is he really? Because Damien Cross comes sliding across the gravel there, chasing him down, excuse me. And what was the last lap times? Last lap was a 13.4 and a 14.1, so I'm assuming those two might have had a little bit of a one down in the last lap whilst having a battle with each other. And is that a learner? Has he got a learner? Yes, he's got a learner sticker on the back of his car as Damien, which is awesome. Different lines through there, you'll see. So those two, they could be coming together quite soon as well. We've got a move down there. Lewis on Anton, 23rd and 24th. I just saw those change colour. So Chris is running in 7th place. Right, let's have a look at Damien. By the way, if nobody's had a look at Damien's channel, and I believe he did an event a little while ago, Alton Park, I believe it was. I think, and whoever does his marketing was quite astute, because it was the Alton. Did you get it? Yeah. No, okay. But that's what it was, and it was good. It was a nice event, so maybe you want to pop on and have a look at his channel. Maybe you want to go and have a look at and see what he does as well. Any of our guys in here, really. There's a little big up to him. Dan Pine 9th in the 77 Honda. Jeffer Lubrak. Now, Dan, I mean, I don't know what those are. I mean, I could infer potentially what they are, but it might not be for children, so I'll probably leave it there. Just quick jump in the live chat for a second, because we have got just under 10 minutes left of this race. Secret One is in. Hello, Andre. How you doing, buddy? Obviously, Frank's been in there as well. Peaches is in. Okay, Shirley. Oh, yes. Shirley is making Lieutenant Frank Drebin feel very welcome. I can't let my mind wander, because I'll be too busy thinking about those movies and some of the lines from there. So Dan Pine 7th place at the moment, and is he in the pits? Ooh, so in he comes. Now remember, this does have a pit stop attached, so the guys do need to come in and change tyres. And who's in? So LeBrock is in behind him as well. Dan Pine's in, Pete Clark's in the pits. Nick Kent's just come out the pits as a bowling ball as well. So we've got quite a few that have been in, and quite a few that are on their way out. So this is going to be interesting. We've got a little gaggle of cars coming down the start finish straight towards Redgate. We're currently looking at Pete Clark, who is in 14th position, the number 12 Audi, closely followed by our Creamy Helmets friend, Bowling Ball, and then we've got Nick Kent not too far behind them, although Jamie's deciding he's going to try and slot into that when the timings sort themselves out. So some good close racing so far this evening. I'm wondering how hard they're working, because obviously, it's quite sweaty, isn't it? Sim racing. I mean, not for me, because I've got a lot of fans, not just you guys in the chat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I should stop. I know. But anyway, you guys should thank yourselves lucky, because normally there's a camera on, but I've had so much faff going on today, I just not had time to sort all that stuff out. So maybe I'll treat you all to an early Halloween next week, and we'll get the camera on the go as well, so you can see just how hard I work looking at multiple screens. But yes, these guys, I'm sure they're pushing hard. So Moritz is currently leading at the moment with a 112 or 180. Bobby Moss is second. Matt's in the pits, as is Fleming. Tom Griggs is also in the pits, as is Chris Boardman. So the strategy is going to begin to play out now. We'll see where everybody filters back in, and then we should have some pretty epic battles for the last 6 or 7 minutes of this race. So, you know, it's okay getting involved in all these battles. It's really important your average, I think the average speed, your average lap times, especially in close-knit races like this, that consistency level has to be high, because, you know, you can make up some decent time in the pits with doing that if people get caught up in traffic, because we've got a move going on there. Who's that? Number 10, Bowling Ball. Yeah, indeed, Bowling Ball makes a move there on Lupo. Obviously they're on different strategies, no doubt, but a pass is a pass. Yeah, JR, face cam, comms cam, Coops cam, whatever the hell we want to call it. We'll be back next week. I promise you that. Next week's stream will be a typical Coop stream. As I said, we came up with doing this a couple of days ago. And me and Jamie have been putting a lot of work in behind the scenes just to make sure that everything is going to go smoothly, as Damien's coming out the pits there. And Duff, who's got the Duff? So Daniel moves up into 13th. But next week we'll have different softwares. So, you know, you guys that are used to watching my streams, how it's presented, how it looks, camera angles, all those things, I'm hoping that next week with the new software it will all be good. So, you know, we'll get it there. Right, back at the top. So Moritz is still currently in the lead now. Bobby Moss second, Tom Griggs third. Okay, so remember, before the pit stops, Tom was first. Where's Matt Weeks? So he's down in 8th at the moment. Interesting. Very interesting. I need to just move away and do it this way. It'll be quicker. Just for now, there's Lupo. Yeah, he's still doing his thing. Chris Boardman there in 12th position. He's had a steady race, so Tom goes back. And look at that lap time. Tom goes back into the lead. Obviously, I didn't get that, but I don't have the software to track everything. With a 1:11.942, I did say he's a pretty speedy customer. And he sure is. Fleming's back up into 3rd. BB Racing is in the pits currently from 4th position. Matt Weeks is 5th. Bobby Moss is 6th. Pete Clark 7th. Chris Boardman 8th. Dan Pye is in 9th. Those two have just moved up. Damien is in 10th currently. Evans 11th. Joe Thomas is 12th. Pavel is currently running in 13th position. And there's been a change there. So Bruno's just moved up a couple of spots into 13th in his Honda. Again, we've still got people just finalising their pits from their pit window. And there's Matt running quite nicely. But Tom Griggs is absolutely flying, isn't he? So there's Fleming. Oh, okay. I'm going to stay on board with this one, ladies and gents, because we have P2 Moritz. Quickest lap so far is a 1:12.148. Behind, we've got the rather dull and rather stealthy-like Fleming in his Audi. And you can see there is nothing to choose between these two. So let's change the camera angle, actually. Let's try and get... Let's have a look at that. Do we like that? That's not too bad. Let's have a look at that one. Let's see just how much he can get up in his face. A big thank you to the 14 that are currently watching at the moment. If you haven't dropped a like, you know what to do. It would be massively appreciated. And then maybe Jamie will let me do another one. I think he said I need to get 5 million subs and at least 10 million likes in this stream. I said he was being... You know, he was aiming a bit low, to be fair. But there we go. As we come up, he's getting a bit close. You've got to think, where's he gonna make that move? Yeah, so it's important he gets good traction out of here. Well, that was nice. You could hear the throttle there from Moritz's car. That was nice and smooth. There was no on-off. Nice down change. Okay, these two having a good battle. Good battle. That'll do. Okay, that's quite a nice one, isn't it? Okay, so Tom Griggs, I mean, he's checked out, isn't he? He's 12 seconds down the road, and he's got the fastest lap. Oh, no, they're going to have a love tap. Ooh, a little bit of a kissy there, I believe. And let's have... We've only got... Now we've got 3 minutes left to go, and that's caused Moritz to go, well, pretty wide. I don't know if that was because Fleming gave him a little tap and put him offline. Maybe that would have destabilised the car, so the grip levels and the traction wouldn't be exactly to his liking as we go into Redgate. But these two... I think, are set to battle for the next 3 minutes. Remember, the top 3 on the podium will be on Discord after the second race, so we can have a chat with them, which would be good. Good to hear their voices. So Fleming's in 3rd, we can see that. In 4th is Matt. Matt Weeks is still in 4th. Bobby Thomas 5th. Pete Clark 6th. Chris Bournemouth 7th. Daniel Pye is currently running in 8th. And then we've got Damien Cross 9th and Evan Mackey. There's your top 10. BB Racing 11th. Joe Thomas is 12th. Bruno's 13th. Matt Jones 14th. Nick Kent is running quite nicely in 15th place at the moment. Pavel's in 16th, sorry. Bowling Ball 17th. Davey Smith is in 18th, Lewis 19th, and Jim C rounds out your top 20. Then we've got Jamie, who's running 21st. Richard is 22nd. Alex Whitmore 23rd. Anton Stalker is currently 24th. And then we've got Lupo. Daniel is 25th. Lupo is 26th. John is 27th. LaBrocca, wow, what's he doing down there? 28th, and Kevin's 29th. So I think, ladies and gents, I think this has been a pretty good first race for the series, got to say. Let's change camera angle. And we see him snaking down. I've got a lot, Donington's an amazing track. I've been there numerous times. I absolutely love Donington. It's a great spectators track, lots of good vantage points. They sell beer apparently as well there, which is also, I've been told, is quite nice. So yeah, it's all good. These two, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not moving off this. I'm not moving off this one because there's got to be a move. What we got? We are in the final minute of the race. The final minute of the race. So Tom is out there. Yeah, Tom's gone. Nope. Okay. Let's do that one. A slightly wider one. But let's not rule out Matt Weeks. Because these two are battered, and I did say earlier on, we're probably on the last lap now. Earlier on, if people are getting a little bit caught up in their own battles and, thinking about other things, it doesn't allow all, and we've got all Moritz has run a bit wide there as we go through Redgate. Fleming looks like he's got a fairly decent drive down through the crane of curves, but Matt Weeks is right on the back of these guys, and Bobby Moss also isn't too far away as BB Racing is having a little chat with somebody in the race, and Damien, well, those two swap positions, so maybe that's strategic. Who knows? Who knows what's happened there? We'll get to all that a little bit later on. There's Tom. Are we gonna get a move? That's the question, isn't it? Are we gonna get a move as we're coming up towards the final part of the lap? I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's got a run. I don't think he's got enough of a run there to be able to dive down the inside. That would be one heck of a dive bomb. He'll obviously be conscious about what happened earlier. Oh, student driver! Watch out, Jeff! John nearly had a say. John nearly had a big say in that one, didn't he? So I think we are now going to be on the last lap because they're still... Yeah, this will be the last one then. They're still at it. Tom Griggs, where is he? I know what's going to happen here as soon as I move this. Yeah, I'm going to end up missing something. I'm going to stay where I am. Matt Weeks. Matt's feeling racy. Matt thinks he's going to be able to slam a move on both of these two and slip his way into the podium. That's his plan anyway. He's hoping that there's some kind of connection between them, and he is absolutely primed to pounce and take that third position. Let's see what happens as they come down the back straight for the last time. So Fleming puts himself in a position. He's obviously pulled out. He's trying to get Moritz. Is he going to miss his braking point? He's going to miss his turning point. This is really important as they get on the power. Oh, he gets a little bit out of shape. Moritz gets out of shape. Matt Weeks, I told you Matt Weeks is going to go for it. I don't even know. They're all at the... Wow. Wow, into Redgate they come. They're all together. Well, to me, ladies and... Well, there we go. We've got one spun round. Wow. Wow, that was pretty awesome. Well, they're still going. Maybe this then is the last one. I don't actually want to come off this because, well, Fleming's in there, Matt's in there, Bobby's also got himself in the mix as well. This, well, I mean, they are having a good battle. I can't say any more than that. Pete Clark is in 6th, Boardman 7th, Dan Pye is in 8th, Evan 9th, BB Racing is in your top 10, Damien's 11th, Joe's 12th, Matt Jones 13th, Bruno's in 14th position. And then we've got Nick Kent's in 15th, Pavel 16th, Bowling Ball 17th, Lewis is in 18th, Davey Smith 19th, and Jim C still in 20th position. Mr. Redken Racing is 21st, and look at them go. Well, I think given the flashing, we have Bobby. Bobby got 3rd. Wow, and look at that. Well, Bobby, I was looking at you, but hey, there's your top 3: Tom, Moritz, and Bobby. I better take a picture of that because, again, I don't have all these software thingies right now to log all these things correctly. So let's just take a picture of that. 1 second. Bosh. Blimey. That was pretty good. I have to say, Red Ken's chatting to somebody. So standings that I've got currently, and what first race that was. Very impressed. Obviously, I'm looking away from my screen there. Wow. Okay, so we have got. Let's go. Tom is at the top. There he is. Well, that's Rich. Where's Tom? I can't see because that bloody thing's in the way. Again, we'll figure it out. Oh, this guy is at the top. It's me. So there you go, ladies and gents. Race 1. So round 1, race 1. Tom Griggs, congratulations to you with a victory there. Pretty well. I'd say that was a pretty convincing drive. Is the winner of that one. Moritz in 2nd. Bobby Moss ended up in 3rd position. Matt Weeks ended up in 4th. Fleming 5th. Pete Clark 6th. Chris Boardman 7th. Daniel Pye in 8th. Evan managed to get himself into 9th position. BB Racing 10th. And then we had Damien in 11th. Joe Thomas 12th. Matt Jones 13th. Bruno in 14th. Nick Kent 15th. Pavel 16th. Bowling Ball 17th, Lewis 18th, Davey Smith at Jim C. There's your top 20. Then we had Mr. Redken 21st, Richard in 22nd, Alex Whitmore and Anton Stalker I've got in 23rd, 24th, Daniel Whitfield 25th, Lupo is in 26th, John Nellis, not bad for a student driver, in 27th, and then LeBroca and Kevin were just jamming. Simstig and me were obviously not involved. So, yeah, Bobby Moss, I think, is pretty happy with that. P3, let's go, he says in the chat. That was pretty good, mate. That was pretty good, considering where everything was. Oh, JR's feeling. JR, stop it. Stop being so kind to me on the live chat. Right. What have we got going on now? We have a warm-up. So we've got a 5-minute little practice session. And then we have got a 15-minute sprint race. So remember, ladies and gents, sprint race, no strategy, no pits, no tyres, no fuel, nothing. Just absolute livery changing manoeuvres is probably how I would describe it. And I think that's going to be pretty good. Don't forget, after that, we're going to have a chat. All good. Oh, Lewis is having a chat. Fleming's gone. I believe it's a work thing. So, see you, Fleming. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. No doubt you won't be hiding in that livery. But yeah, don't forget, afterwards, we're going to have a chat with the top 3 from that race. Okay, so that should be pretty cool. Right, who have we got out there? Who have we got out on track? Daniel's out doing his little warm-up. Have to keep an eye on him. So, ladies and gents, in the live chat, what do you think? Did who you expect to do well in that session do well? I think that was a pretty epic battle for 3rd at the end. You know, it looked for all on Sunday that it was going to be Fleming. Thought he was going to make that move, but I did say to keep an eye on Dan Weeks, who I thought was the outlier, chasing down the top 2, Moritz and Fleming. But no, Bobby Moss ended up taking full advantage of that and sneaking himself onto the podium. So I'm sure he's going to be pretty ecstatic with that afterwards, which is pretty cool. Right, a couple of minutes left of this warm-up, and then Bosch into the next one. Right, Pavel's out on track as well. Let's have a look at Pavel. Right, I'm not going to get involved in reading all the drivers' chat because I'll actually, Pavel, right? So the other day I went on to Pavel. By the way, he's got a YouTube channel as well. Pavel, the other day, I had a look on it, and he was doing R Factor 2 in some really old school touring cars. And it reminded me when I was a kid, 'cause when I was little, I used to watch the touring cars when, what was it, the Mondeo, what was his name? Yeah, great. So, I mean, I was only little. Sweets probably distracted me or something, but Andy Rouse, that's the one. So, and it just reminded me of the sound of that era, which I thought was pretty cool, to be fair. But none of that today. We've just got all our cool Audis and Hondas, Hyundais. Yeah, it's all good. Yes, it works. What works, Secret One? Tell me what works, Secret One. Right, so Pavel's out there. Let's have a look. Who else? We've had a look at Daniel. I know Pete Clark. Let's go back. Right, let's have a look at Mr. Peter Clark. Now, given the fact that someone spilt some blue paint on the top of his car and then someone's put a cross on it, I'm potentially thinking that Mr. Clark might be from the land of the Scots. Potentially there. Potentially. So good luck. Ball. Oh dear. Yeah, no, it's terrible. I get it. Pete Clark, he didn't have a bad race in the first one, did he, really? See, now, next week, when I've got all of my stuff that I need, like the 15 million screens and stuff like that I need with all the information on, I can refer back to all this stuff. But obviously I can't right now. Oh, no, posted in the wrong chat. That's okay. That's all right. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm glad to be of service, Secret One, to allow you to realise that you posted it in the wrong chat. Well, there you go. Right, 48 seconds to go until we move into the 15-minute sprint race. Everyone's probably talking to each other now. Go, leave me alone, don't touch me. Oh, I'm on pole. Oh, you know what? You know what? I should get in the car, shouldn't I? I mean, I'm on pole. So anyway, so I'm not involved. I doubt Simstig's involved either. So Kevin, oh man, Kev is on pole position, and with LeBroca, like that wasn't done. Like that wasn't done on purpose, chaps. Very, very smart. John Nellist is in third, Ilpo fourth, Daniel's in fifth, Anthony's sixth, Alex seventh, Richard eighth, Jamie's ninth, Jim C 10th. This is going to be pretty exciting. So, right, who should we go on with first? Matt's at the back. We don't care about you fast guys at the back. Kevin! Come on, Kev. Let's see what he can do from that start. He's only got LeBroca next to him. He doesn't even have to drive. And John, I mean, he's a student. What could go wrong? Come on, Kev. Oh, Kev gets a good start. John pulls away very... John! I've got to speak to John later. I don't know if he's been... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. We've got big love taps in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 out in the mid-pack, which is always a danger, especially with such a short sprint race, as LeBroca looks to make a move down the inside of Kevin, but I think he's going to treat him really nicely. Aren't you, Ben? Ben. No, he doesn't. He just slays him. Slays him. So, then behind we've got a nice big pack forming, as you can see. They're all rubbing. They're all going off track. We've got dirt, everything being spat into the air. Come on, Kev. Come on, Kevin. Come on, come on. Right, but, oh no, I don't want to go there, do I? Oh, it's taking me there. Right, let's get away from this. I don't want to watch you fast guys. Marritt's at the back. Right, Lewis and Nick Kent, they're having their own little battle, aren't they, at the moment? Pace car. Right, LeBroca. In P1. Pulling a gap out now on Mr. Kevin Garrard. And then behind him... No. Somebody can... Guys, could somebody please hurry up and get the number 39 car? Because, I'm sorry, I'm not having people at the end saying it was fixed because it's his championship and everybody let him, and Kevin doesn't pull out the way, but Jamie goes up into second place. So kudos, Jamie. Anton and Richard, can you shift it on a bit, boys, please, because I'm not interviewing him on the bloody podium. That is just not going to happen. Good man, Secret One. Okay, I understand. Yeah, that is a bit... And he said earlier he's having some issues on trading paints, wasn't he? So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, as we come into McLean's, on the way up towards Coppets. Right, what else is going on down the field? Let's have a little look-see. So, Richard there. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Right, so Richard's trying. Come on, Richard. Come on, press the go faster button. And there's a move going on just behind them. Kevin's having a little chat. So, there you go. Kev's back there at the moment. And then we've got Anton Stalker and Bowling Ball as they come into the chicane. Ooh, bouncing all over the curbs. You've got to love seeing that. Who doesn't love touring cars? You know what? Exactly there on the chicane is where I stood about, I'd say, 6 years ago. Me and my best mate, you guys won't know him, but he's my teammate as well, Timmy Blunder. We stood there in the absolute... It was bucketing down, I kid you not. And we was at the age, yeah, don't worry, I'll talk about the race in a minute. We was at the age where, as men going to racing events, all you needed was trainers, jeans, and a t-shirt. And it didn't matter where you were in the UK, because that's all you needed. Oops, a daisy. I think we might just have had a little bit of someone going off there. That might have been Kev. Absolutely dying. We'll have a look at that after the race. But anyway, point of the story is, we went there and it absolutely peed it down for the entire day, and everybody there all huddled up. So this was after the circuit had been sold, and they'd started doing the remodelling when they wanted to have it for the Formula 1. And all there was this little food van at the top of the hill opposite the chicane. And everybody, must have been about 80 people, just packed in like sardines in front of that food van because of the heat. Yeah, and obviously they had a slight sort of canopy to try and keep out the rain. Pointless story, but if you get asked about that in a pub quiz sometime, hopefully you'll have the answer. Anyway, back to the racing. So, LeBroca is out in the lead. Red Kenny's in second. We're looking at Richard at the moment. He's currently running in third place. Let's have a look at our Mr. Bowling Ball. No, not you. Not you. Right, Bowling Ball. There we go. Oh, move being done. Anton's trying to make a move there. Had a little dab on the brakes. You've got to be pretty brave diving down there. You don't want to end up killing anybody. Wow, I thought for a second there that was only going to end in one way, and evidently he had to back out. You can see the gap now that's developed there. So I mean, that was quite lucky, I suppose. There's Anton doing his thing. Davey Smith and Matt Weeks. Here we go. Matt Weeks. So Matt's wasn't happy with the last one, and he's on an absolute mission. Ilpo's there as well, and Matt Jones all involved in this little scrap here. Where is Davey? There he is. No, that's not Davey. Alright. Ah, there's Davey. Right, so Davey, Matt, oh, that was a love tap of ever. Oh, watch out, boys. Watch out. Go. That's definitely got to give. Oh, yeah, that's got to give. Oh, and straight into the pits. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised there. So, pit stop. Remember, you don't really need a pit stop, but we've got a few in there taking a break as it is, which is totally fine. Let's move on a little bit. Let's move away from that. Who've we got there? So, Bobby's in 11th at the moment. Let's give you a little rundown. So, LeBrock is still leading this race. He's 1.6 ahead of Jamie. They're not doing too bad, actually. Look at the closeness of those lap times. A 1:13.178. Jamie's currently holding the fastest lap of the race with a 1:13.145. Now, I didn't actually say this at the start. Obviously, there is a 0.4 fastest lap and a point for pole position, I believe, in the feature races. Not 100% if that applies to the reverse grid race as well, but obviously, the man that's in the know will let me know, and then I'll know. So you guys will know. Richard is in third, Bowling Ball fourth, Anton is in fifth, Lupo is in sixth, or Ilpo, you'll tell me afterwards, and I've probably messed that up the entire race. Tom Griggs, remember, absolute stormed race one. He's currently in seventh place. Davey Smith's eighth, Jim C is ninth, and Matt Jones is currently in 10th place. Who've we got here? Is that our Bruno in the number 66? It is. Let's have a look at Bruno while we're running through the grid. Bruno's currently running in 21st position. Bobby Moss has just made a move on Matt Jones to go into the top. Oh, wow. Matt Jones has dropped down the order there. Pete Clark's elevated himself up to 12th as well. Moritz is 14th. BB Racing 15th. Evan Mackey is in 16th place. Boardman 17th. Alex Whitmore 18th. Joe Thomas 19th. Matt Weeks in the pits on his way out, though, in 20th. Bruno, well, Bruno's also... Well, we're watching Bruno, but he has been in the pits, lap down, and then we've got Daniel, Nick, Pavel, and John. Chaps that have retired, unfortunately, is Kevin, Damien. Oh no, Damien's retired as well. That's a shame. And Lewis. So maybe they were involved in that rather huge collision at the start in the midfield. That would probably make sense. Simstig's just having a chill. Fleming's in there as well. I think he's had to run off to work. And commentator, which is moi. Well, I'm just having a bit of fun. Look like a shunt from behind you. I've seen a picture of... No, JR, that wasn't me. That was somebody... That wasn't me. No. Do you know... Right, we'll save that for next week, okay? Remember that, JR, right? Next week, I'll give you the story about that, okay? Because for that entire weekend that we went away with the FRL boys, the entire weekend, I was smiling and happy, yeah? And at one moment, someone probably said something bad about my beloved Sky Blues, and I may have grimaced slightly. As we have, let's have a look at Nick. Let's give Nick some airtime at the moment. And yeah, someone took a picture of it, so that stays off the internet, okay? Because it was not good, not good at all. Thank you, Secret One. Point for fastest lap in both races, which Tom's been greedy because Tom was in the 11s in the first race, if you remember. And these guys, well, how long have we been in? So we're almost 2/3 of the way through this 15-minute sprint race. I'm trying to give all of you guys as much airtime as I can today, with it being the first one. Well, I generally do it anyway. Daniel there in 22nd place, still going. You've got to keep going. You never know what's going to happen. Never know, Daniel. And he's not exactly slow, is he? Not exactly slow, anyway. Pavel running there in 23rd with a 1:13.649, his quickest lap of the race. And we've got a change up top. So Bowling Ball's dropped a couple of spots. Richard is up. Wow. Richard is up to 3rd and Anton is up to 4th. Bobby Moshik, is he dropping down a couple of positions there to 13th as well. So there may have been a slight issue there, but we don't know yet. Matt Weeks, well, he's currently running at the back, unfortunately, but we know he did get involved in a little bit of a love tap, paint scrap, you know, well, whatever it was, and ended up in the pits. So, back to the front. Here is your race leader. Let's change the camera. Let's do that one. I don't even know if that did change properly. So, have a look at the Brocker in his nicely... Only took him 15 minutes to make that. And he taught himself. It's on his YouTube channel. Yeah, I know. He's running first, 2.8 seconds ahead of your next man, which is this guy, Mr. Red Ken Racing, in his Honda. And Richard is running in 3rd. Now, well, I don't think Richard's having it all his own way by the look of that. I think there's a few people that might also potentially want that spot. So, good luck, and we'll see how that develops. Need to change that. Don't like that camera angle at all. All that one. That's not bad. We'll go with this one for a little while because we can see everyone else behind. They're all going to die at some point, aren't they, realistically? So we'll stick on board with that. So we're on board. We're looking back from Anton's Hyundai at the moment. I'm just having a little listen. So Richard's in 4th, as you can see. He needs to be trying to close that gap. Ilpo 5th. Bowling Ball is 6th. Tom Griggs. Now, Tom, obviously we know Tom blitzed the first race. So he's not going to be slow in the second race either, is he? Davey Smith's in there in 8th. And then Jim C is also, I think, just on the back of that pack in 9th. Daniel Pye makes up your top 10. Damien Cross was punted off. Fast repair cannot fix. Oh. That's not good. Sorry about that, Damien. I am sorry about that, buddy. Let's go there. So let's see what it looks like from the back of Richard's car. He's got a half decent gap, doesn't he? This one doesn't look quite so good. That's a better angle. So no pressure at all. It's only Bowling Ball and Tom Griggs. Tom Griggs looks to go up the inside of Redgate, squeezes Bowling Ball a little bit there. He gives him a little nudge back and says, I don't think so, Jeff. But then ends up pushing himself wide. Ilpo's trying to defend this for all his might as we're coming up towards the old hairpin, but that's going to mean that Tom is going to have the inside line through the old hairpin. I think that move is done. So I can't see him at the moment, but the pressure is now coming from Bowling Ball. Davey Smith, you can see him lurking just behind that Honda as well. You can see that yellow livery there, so he might poke his nose out at some point. As you can see, all the cars, they dip down as they get onto the brakes and the weight shifts. I do love watching the touring cars. You get to see a lot of what's going on with the geometry of the cars when they're on the brakes and on the accelerator. And obviously, it's great racing as well, isn't it? So we'll see what happens into the chicane. Hold your breath. That made me wobble my head, that did. What we got left? Not long. Okay, so they haven't got long to hold on. LeBrock still leading. He's still got 2.5 now. And you see confirmation of Tom moving up. Maritz has moved into the top 10. He's got a move done on Dan Pine. Look just how close they get together as they go through Redgate again on the way down towards Craner Curbs now. He's going to position himself nicely. And I'm thinking that Davey Smith is closer. Davey's pulled out. I think Davey's got to try and get on the brakes early and do a little cut back up the inside through the old hairpin. But that one didn't work because Bowling Ball had a great line through. They carried just the right amount of momentum. And you can see behind, there's another 3 cars battling behind that. So that's Jim Maritz and Dan Pye as they come up through McLean's. And those guys are getting pretty close as well, aren't they? I think Maritz just made a move there. But this is so close. I really don't want to get off this at the moment, so I'm not going to. BB Racing is in 12th. Bobby Thomas, he's our defender. Bobby Moss in 13th. Chris Boardman in 14th, and then Evan 15th. Pete Clark is 16th. Whoa! Oh, that was so close. There couldn't have been more. There couldn't have been. Well, I'm not going to say what could have been between those two, but look at that menacing Davey Smith. He just every now and then just sticks his nose out. We've got to have a move. Must be on the last lap now. So through Redgate again. This is some fantastic racing, by the way. I hope you all agree. I know we're sticking on this one battle at the moment, but I want to see how it finishes. Well, it looks like Davey's dropped off a little bit there. So, oh, excuse me, pardon me. Is that Anton? What's Anton doing down to Anton? Must have had a little wander. I think Anton... Oh, and so you also saw Bowling Ball then. He got himself offline, maybe because of the slow-ish moving Anton, and that allowed Davey did pounce and managed to take a position, but now he finds himself stuck behind Anton. And Brock is still in the lead. Red Ken Racing still second. Anton isn't third anymore. Tom's got himself up there. Of course he has. Tom's got himself up there. There's some awesome racing at the moment. Let's just change view. Let's get a different angle. Shall we finish it like this? No, I don't like that. All that. Let's do that. We'll do that. That will take us through to the end. Damien says, yeah, skipped out of the server to watch from here. You poor chap who decided you should do that, but thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was unlucky at the start there, mate. But we can see this battle is going to rage. I'm telling you, Davey Smith, he's been plotting. We've been watching. Oh, dear. Oh, my God. How did he manage to thread that? How the hell did Ilpo manage to thread that through? And David Moritz now comes flying down the inside. It's going absolutely bonkers in this last lap. And Davey ends up off the track himself. He's been the one plotting the moves, and he ends up losing the spot there. And Wow, the winner out of all that is Maritz. He took full advantage. We did see him in that other pack that was just behind this 3. They did manage to catch them up because they were all having so much fun. And he's managed to get another move done. So, your grid, as it stands, your order. What have we got? Well, we're done, aren't we? Yeah, we are done. Look at them all. gaggling together. Well done, guys. I'm going to give you all a round of applause there. I think that was absolutely fantastic. Quick, hold on. Let me take a picture. Don't all run off. Camera. This is so old school, right? Okay. So we can run through that. Right, I'm going to get rid of that. Well, hold on, Jeff. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Races, that's done. I'll tell you what I will do. I don't even know what I'm doing with this. If I shut that down, let's see what happens. Close that off completely. Right, so I'm experimenting. Okay, Jim season there as well, guys. Bloody well done. That was some absolutely epic racing. I'm going to run through the grid for the reverse one. Let's just... I'm not going to move to that one just yet. Where's my car? They won't show... That's so unfair. Right, anyway, ladies and gents, your final standings for the 15-minute sprint race. I mean, you could argue... I mean, it's only half a race, isn't it? So it's half as easy, or whatever. But anyway, your 15-minute sprint race grid is Mr. Ben LaBrocca. Obviously, it's not Ben LaBrocca, but that's what I call him. So Ben wins that one. Jamie gets second. Tom manages to come through from last, bearing in mind, because he won the first race, to third. Well done to you, Tom. Richard came in fourth, which is a great result. Marriott's fifth with that really, really good opportunistic move there, as we saw that battle between the two packs of three close up in the last couple of laps. Daniel got 7th, Bowling Ball 8th, Bobby's in 9th, BB Racing got 10th, Chris Baldwin 11th, Davey Smith's 12th, Jim C managed to be 13 in number 13, so well done, Jim. Anton Stalker in 14th, Evan Mackie ended up in 15th, Pete Clark 16th, Matt Jones finished in 17th, Joe Thomas 18th, Alex 19th, Bruno rounds out your top 20. Nick Kent follows, and then we had Daniel Whitfield, Pavel 23rd, and Matt Weeks in 24th. Honourable mentions to those that didn't finish: John Nennist, Kevin Gerard, Damien Cross, and Lewis Rundle. Simstig, Fleming, and me were just jamming, so they don't really count, do they? No, they don't indeed. 1 second, let me just go back in there. What am I doing? I want to go there. I don't want to go there. Okay, right. So, I'm sure Jamie... I mean, I'm not even watching his stream. I can't get my third screen to work today, to be honest. It's been quite frustrating. Let's go there. Right. So, I bet you can hear me now, can't you? I bet you guys can hear me now, right? Yeah, I changed the wrong scene. But I thought after the racing, you guys would probably need just a little bit of a breather. That's what we did. Right, I'll wait for that to update, and then let me know if you can hear me now, and I might go back into the Discord and grab somebody in, because I want you guys to hear. Hey! You lot all thought I went away, didn't you? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Right. Yeah, I know what I did there. What I did earlier on today, I know you guys aren't interested, but what I did earlier on today, when I got back from doing the school run, not killing the kids, I thought, oh, Jesus, I need to create a quick chat screen. And obviously I've done that, and then, as you said, not added the right voice debris. So, if I go into the Discord now, Maritz, if you're still around, or Tomo, yeah, somebody jump into the interview channel, and then just let me know if you can hear me. That's what I want to know. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Tomo. OBS indeed. So yeah, as Jamie was saying, I appreciate everybody jumping into my stream. You don't have to, obviously, but it is nice that you guys have dropped in. Next week, it will look a lot different next week. I've been looking into some software, as I said. We only started thinking about this Friday, Saturday, and just kind of chucked this together for today. So next week, things are going to look different. Oh, yes. Hello? You're back.
Hello.
He's back. Right.
Good evening again.
Right. Tomo, come and join as well. Come on, Tomo. Let's have a chat between two of you podium chasers. Yeah. Come on, Tomo. Come in the interview room, and then I'll let you guys interview each other. Yes, Jim, definitely was. Well, definitely is always the most stressful job of the day. Is you get there. This is what I find. You get when you're doing the school run, you get there with all this hope, yeah, and smiles, and within about 5 seconds, your 5-year-old girl is shouting at you that she wants some food, and then your 9-year-old lad comes out. Evidently, he's probably hurt himself doing something stupid during the day. But anyway, let's get back to interview. Yes, I can hear. Hi, Tomo.
Brilliant. All right.
Right, well
Hello,
done, buddy.
evening.
Oh, thank you.
Good. That was some good racing, guys.
That was intense.
Well, Maritz was saying it was pretty intense as well. So what I'm going to do is, Maritz, I'm going to just ask you a couple of questions, yeah, brief of what we discussed before. Tomo, and then I want your input, yeah, because I'm keen to know what it was like seeing all those cars in your mirror so far away, really. Right, Maritz, go on. How was it? How'd you find it today?
Oh, it was like the first race was a little bit more relaxed, but the second race was total chaos. But I mean, the end of the first race was also quite chaotic, but not as bad as the entirety of the second race. But no, like Tom, you were just gone. I was nothing on cold tires, and then you just you were off into the distance, and then I got to slow down, and then there was no hope of catching you anymore.
I think that was the key. Was I took everything into the slowdown avoidance, knowing how bugged it here.
Yeah.
It is at Donington. I was like, if I get one, it doesn't matter if it's half a second. It's going to be 5 or 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Just take it safe and put my head down and went.
Yeah, I was just a little bit too much pushing. I didn't feel that great at first in the car. Like I was pushing so hard trying to keep up with you, and then I kind of overcooked it. I overdid it myself.
And then that's it. If you're right.
I think, as I said earlier on, have a little look back later on because there was some very good driving in there. I got Tomo. You didn't feature massively, yeah, because you were doing your thing, yeah. Every time I looked at you, you were just pumping in. I think I'll do a 111 this lap. Just see how it goes. So I get an extra point. So, but it was good racing. There was a lot of good things going on. Again, next week we'll be able to do replays and look back at everything. I'm not going to fanny around with things that I don't understand today because it's just going to waste everyone's time. But I think congrats for race 1. Also race 2, that was an awesome race. Coming from the back into 3rd, again, excellent driving, Tommy. And it's, again, the battles you guys were having, that was where the focus was. It was awesome to watch. But in terms of you two and the community, any brief few words to say about the community, the guys, the events? How long have you been involved with it?
Well, for me, I got involved due to Ben LeBroca.
Yeah.
He advertised the first the community race in the touring cars around Brands Hatch, which got everything in motion. He advertised that on his Discord, and that's how I essentially discovered Jamie's channel, and then got involved in this.
Yeah.
But no, so far the community's been great. Chatting on the Discord has been fantastic, a lot of fun, and also the other races, the streams, all great fun.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse. What about you, Tomo?
My story's quite funny, as I know who Jamie is. I've watched him for quite a while now.
Yep.
His iRace and stuff, being an iRacer obviously as well.
Yep.
And I had not a clue about this championship a week ago.
Right. Oh, really? So you're like me then? You've been roped in at the last minute.
Pretty much, and I can't appreciate Jamie enough. He kind of just went... It was after the first shakedown at Lime Rock. I jumped on his stream after I finished doing whatever I was doing, and did a race at Snetterton. And it was absolutely brilliant, and me, Matt, and I think it was Joe had like a proper war on the second race or the first one where there was a photo finish, and I was just like, that was fun, but we can't continue the war because I'm not in the championship. And Jamie was just like, do you want to join it? I was like, I'd love to. And then here we are.
Yeah, I won't bore you guys now because I bored everyone in the stream about my sort of history with it and all those bits, but it's always good to have new people in the community. I think it's a tight-knit group. Everyone's has a bit of a laugh, but as we've also seen this evening, when they go racing, it's pretty competitive, which I think, if we keep adding to that, obviously, hopefully with the streams and the comms, you guys, I want you guys to be sweating before we start racing. That's my aim. I want you worried. Yeah, that's what I want you worried.
I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Very, very nervous.
I was like, I put it on pole. The camera's going to pretty much be on that front row. If I have a lock-up or something, just go deep. I'm off in the gravel and I'm being filmed on it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. But but good.
My hands were shaking.
Good. That's what I want. All right. Thank you both for joining me. Is Bobby around? I don't know if he's out anywhere in the chat or anything, because we are missing one, aren't we, from the podium? I mean, I'll have third place or second. I don't mind. I don't care.
But I don't know where Bobby is.
All right, fine.
That second race was something special.
You'll enjoy that race. You'll enjoy that one back.
That second race was insane. I was involved in the lap 1 mayhem. I tried to go around the outside, which looking back was totally stupid because the cars next to me, which crashed, are always going to go down the outside as well. So I had massive damage from lap 1 onwards. But then I managed to find my way back, and there was so much fun.
You were next to me, weren't you?
Yeah, no, because you finished. You finished in front of me. Yeah, you finished in front of me, so you started behind me. So yeah, I chose the wrong side.
Wall, and I was just like, I'm braking. There's no one behind me. I'm braking.
Yeah, no, my reactions weren't that quick. So
and then it carried on
got caught out.
Turn 1.
Yeah. Oh, and I was on the gravel.
This is like being in the cool down room, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
This could be Coop's cool down room. I've got a great idea. Jamie, patent that, please. No, anyway, right. Gents, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing where this goes next week. All right, but well done both of you.
See you next week.
Good night.
All right, see you later, guys. Right, I'm going to wait and see. I've put a message out there to see if Mr. Bobby is available and if he's going to come and join me. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. But guys, I think for the first one, I think that's pretty epic. Certainly, I was impressed with the standard of driving. Please watch it back. Yeah, Jamie's going to give me a lesson. All right, not now, but Jamie's going to give me a lesson in terms of replays, cameras, all this type of stuff. I don't want to start messing about at this stage. But safe to say, I'm very much looking forward to next week. In terms of the 2 races that we're going to have, obviously we're going to have some points to play for now in terms of championships where we're going to be heading, and I'd just like to say a massive well done to everybody for this evening. Thank you for dropping into my stream, and we'll make it better for next week. Yeah, we'll just keep improving it every week like you guys will with your driving, and we'll be able to talk to some more people. Coop's cool down. Exactly, Jim. That's what I'm saying. Let's have a quick look at the live chat. Let's have a quick look. Let's see who's in there. So JR's in there. Thank you. Road Rash, yeah, good. Tomo, good. Jim's good. LeBrocker, thanks for jumping in there, mate. BB Racing, you too. Damien, that's a pleasure as always. I say as always, first time, innit? As always. Davey Smith. Davey, you got to watch that second race. You've got to watch that second race, buddy. You had some good time there. I thought you were going to... Well, you'll see what happens. Kevin, thank you for coming in, buddy. Oh, people are starting to put their things out already. This is awesome. 12 Dot Racing wiped out the second race at the start. Ooh, that's not good, mate. Matt Jones in there as well. Boggy's in. Okay, great. Guys, awesome. Thank you for coming in. I think I'm gonna leave you all to it, so you can all go and get yourself some form of beverage. Now, actually, before we do that, please remember, you know, sim racing, we all do it as a hobby, yeah, and it's not serious. However, we've all seen the special coffee delivery device that Jamie has created, and obviously we all want that in our homes. Okay, so get practicing is all I'm going to say. It has been a pleasure. Next week, I'm looking forward to the changes that we're going to do next week, and hopefully you guys will appreciate those when you see them. But everyone in live chat, thanks for jumping in, guys. We'll see you later on. I'll play the end screen for you. All right, comms by Coops, out.